Hey everybody, hope this message finds you well. I'm about to jump into a sit and tone workout. I hope that you'll stay and maybe you'll even join me. All right, let's get it going. We're gonna start off this workout simple from head to toe. We're gonna begin by warming up the neck muscles, rolling it around in a circle. If you happen to hear any creaks or cracks, that's perfectly fine. All right, we're gonna do the same thing now, taking it in the opposite direction. Getting the body warmed up. All right, that's enough of the circles. Now we're gonna be breathing in, looking up at the ceiling. Then as we breathe out, big breath out towards the floor. Breathing in, looking up. Exhaling as we look down. All right, let's do one more, both directions. Again, breathing in, looking up. And then big breath out, looking down. Perfect. All right, last one with the neck muscles. I'm gonna be dropping the ears down towards the shoulders. Go ahead, relax those neck muscles. We're gonna work our way down the body. Now we're targeting the shoulder area. Let's lift those shoulder blades up and roll them down and back. Our shoulders and our upper back, we tend to carry a lot of tension around here. So loosening up these areas is a good way to release any tension you may be knowing or unknowingly be holding on to. All right, now real quick, let's alternate sides, doing one shoulder and then the other, really focusing on each side that we do. We'll relax with the rolls. Now we're gonna work those arms. We're gonna alternate, reaching those arms up as high as it's comfortable. Maybe it's just comfortable to bring your arm up this high and back down. Maybe it's comfortable to bring it up all the way. Whichever it is for you. All right, we're gonna be alternating, reaching those arms up high. Let's get three more. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, we got the neck, shoulders, and arms warmed up. We're gonna go down to our torso. Now we're taking both hands. We're gonna be alternating, twisting side to side. These twisting motions are also very good for digestion as well. All right, we can go ahead and relax from our twisting. We're still gonna target our core muscles. So now what we're gonna do, I'm turning my chair slightly so you see me a little bit better. I'm scooting up in the chair, so I'm towards the edge, okay? Now I'm crossing the arms. I want us to brace our core as we lean back, so stomach tight, almost like somebody's about to punch you in the stomach. Stomach tight, leaning back. Big breath out, leaning forward. Very good. So again, we're scooting up in the chair, stomach tight, going back. Big breath out as we go forward. There we go. Let's get it. Very good. Let's get a few more, All right, last 3, everybody. Let's get it. Core tight, leaning back. We're gonna go for 3. Don't rush it. Core tight, control it on the way back. 2, last one, your best one. And 1, there we go. All right, we got another core exercise. Now we're gonna be leaning back in the chair. We're still bracing the stomach muscles like someone's gonna punch you. I'm not, at least not through the screen. All right, but now we got the legs straight and we're fluttering the feet up and down. So again, leaning back, core tight, fluttering those feet up and down. Let's get it. And while we do any exercise, but especially the core exercises, I want you to think about keeping your face relaxed. All right, don't scrunch it up. Relaxed face, remembering to breathe, okay? That lets your body know that you're not stressed out, everything's okay, we're gonna make it through. All right, we're gonna do another variation of this. So instead of fluttering up and down, now we're gonna bring those legs over and under each other. All right, let's get it. Over and under. Very good, almost there. We got a few more of these. I used to say a couple more, but people in my class was like, a couple means 2. So now I switched up the nomenclature. We only got a few more. All right, this is the last 3. 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake those legs out real quick. Give you a short little break. We got 1 more. All right, same position, legs straight. This time we're just holding this position. Legs out, core tight. Remember what I said earlier. I want you to keep the face relaxed. Focus on your breathing, okay? No scrunched up, grimace face. We want poker face, all right? Poker face. 3 more seconds. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right. You can shake those legs out. All right. I actually want us to go down to those leg muscles. So we're starting off feet close together. I'm going to be alternating, stepping one leg out to the side, returning back, and then we step the opposite leg out to the side and return back. So this exercise is mimicking getting in and out of the car. Good. We're working those hip flexors. Good. Even though I can't see you, no cheating. Getting the leg up as high as you can for you, all right? You know when you're working hard and when you're not. Few more, we're almost there. All right, last 3, okay? 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do another one for those legs. Okay, now we're sitting up tall, alternating, kicking the legs out. All All right, getting the muscles and the top of the thigh working. It's almost like we're the Rockettes, you know? Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's get 3 more. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. All right, shaking those legs out. Now we're gonna do something similar to what we just did. All right, turn it back to the side again, giving you that little quarter turn. Okay, now we're gonna start off, I'm gonna back up, making sure the camera can see all of my legs. We're starting off one leg straight. We're sitting up tall, engaging the core. Remember, imagining somebody's about to punch you. Engage those core muscles. We're gonna lift the foot up and back down again. Similar to what we just did, but now the movement is happening at the hip to raise the whole leg up and down. When with what we just did, the movement was happening at the knee. So again, we're starting off sitting up tall, legs straight. Lift that foot up and down. All right, let's get it. Last 3, everybody. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Shaking those legs out. All right, we're gonna be switching sides. So again, legs straight. We sit up tall, engaging what? Those core muscles. You got it. And we're lifting the foot up and down. Let's get it. Let's get our last 3. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. All right, let's shake it out. Let's shake it out. All right. Now we're gonna work our core muscles and our legs a little bit. I'm gonna show you 2 options. So the exercises, we're twisting across the body, bringing the opposite elbow towards the knee, twisting across. If ever you get a little mixed up doing this, you can always start off just going opposite elbow towards the leg, keeping the foot on the ground. And also, it's okay if your elbows and your knees don't touch. What we're looking for is that rotation with the torso and that flexion going down. So we just rotate and flex. Go ahead and get 3 more, all right? 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to use some equipment. With me, I have some weights, an exercise ball, and a resistance band. If you don't have equipment, that's okay. You can use what you have around your house. Like if you don't have weights, use like cans of soup or a water bottle, be creative. If you don't have everything, that's okay. I just want you to get a good workout in. All right, so if you do have weights, we'll use them. And if you only have weights, I can show you how to modify some of these other exercises. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right now, I have my weights on my thighs. I'm sitting up tall, and we're going to be alternating, lifting the feet up and down. This is another good one, targeting those hip flexors. And lifting the feet from the floor is a good reminder so we're not tripping over our feet or toes when we walk. Let's get 3 more, everybody. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Okay, we're going into our side crunches now. So we're gonna have one arm straight. We're gonna crunch down towards that side and then back up to the middle. So if you can see I have my weight in my hand. Let me make sure I get a little more square with you. Crunching down, back up. Imagining we have to reach for something that's on the floor, and back to the middle. Some people like to do this side to side version, but I prefer the one where you have one hand on your leg, go down, and then back up. The reason is, when you're doing this exercise, you get the resistance from the coming back up portion of the movement. And when you have a weight on the other side, that's just like a counterweight, and you're not really doing any work. You're more like just rocking side to side. Even though you would think, since more weight, the exercise would be harder. But this one, for instance, the exercise is actually easier because you're using 2 weights. So in case I confused you, again, one weight in one hand, we crunch down to the middle. But I'm sure that's enough for this side, and now we'll switch sides. Again, arms straight, we'll crunch down, we'll come back up. Let's get 3 more, everybody. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Okay. We're going to do some seated calf raises. Turning my chair slightly again. Okay. So we're back to our position. Weights on our legs if we're using them. Sitting up tall. Now we're just lifting the heels up and back down. I know in your calf muscle, there are 2 muscles that make it up. You have your gastrocnemius and you have your soleus. I don't remember which one is which. One muscle is more exterior, the other one is more interior. And also, one of them you target just by sitting down and doing your calf raises. If we were to stand up and do them, it's not the same as when you sit down. Why? I don't all the way remember. But I do remember gastrocnemius, soleus, and when you sit down and do calf raises, you target a different muscle. All right, real quick, we're gonna go into rapid fire mode as fast as you can. Let's get those heels up and down. We'll do this for 10 seconds. Let's get it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Great job, everybody. All right, we're gonna give the legs a break now. We're gonna work those arm muscles. So I have my arms straight, bending at the elbow, curling the weights up, controlling them back down, all right? I don't want you to just let the arms drop. No bueno, no good. Curling the weights up, control them on the way down. Try to get the arm all the way up and down, full range of motion if you can. All right, so start straight, bend it all the way, and then straighten it again all the way. Good. And as you do this exercise, you should do a big breath out as the weights come up, because that's when we're doing the work. We do the work for this one, bringing the weights up, all right? If your arms start to get tired and you feel like you can't do anymore, what I want you to do is take the weights, squeeze them as hard as you can, especially those pinkies. Really think about squeezing the weight with your pinkies. You'll recruit more muscle fibers to help you with the movement, all right? But now we're gonna still do our bicep curls, but I'm doing alternating sides, one arm at a time, all right? Alternating one arm. This just gives the opposite arm a tiny little break. Let's get 3 more, everybody. All right, we're gonna go 3, 2, and 1. Very good, very good. All right, we can put the weights away. Up next, I'm gonna break out the exercise ball. If you don't have an exercise ball, try using something like a pillow or maybe roll up a towel, all right? So be creative, I believe in you. We're gonna work our hand-eye coordination next. So I'm throwing my implement, whatever it may be, up in front of me and catching it. All right, getting those reflexes and hand-eye coordination worked out. If you were here in my class, I would tell you if the ball rolls away, don't worry, I'll get it, but if it rolls away, that just may have to be another part of your workout. I'm gonna go for 3 more, okay? 3, 2, and 1. All right. If possible, if it works for your surface, I'm gonna have us throwing the ball on the floor now and catching it. This one can be a little bit more tricky. If the ball doesn't bounce back, or if you're working with the pillow or the towel like we said, just stick to throwing it up in the air. But if you can, now we're gonna bounce it on the floor. I want to see if I can just look at the camera and not look at the ball for an extra challenge. See me? So I can close my eyes. Can. Feel like a Harlem Globetrotter. That's what they mean by move by faith, not by sight. All right, that's enough of that. Okay. Now with the ball, what we're gonna do, I have it between my legs. I'm gonna be squeezing those knees in close and then slowly release. And we're working those inner thigh muscles now. Good. Let's go ahead and get 3 more, everybody. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Okay. Now, I'm going to have the ball with one hand. I'm going to move up to the camera a little bit so you see me better. I'm squeezing the ball with my fingers and then slowly releasing, okay? We're just squeezing and releasing. Working our grip strength, those muscles in our hands, fingers, and forearms. It's important to keep those strong, as well as it's really accessible to work the forearms. Like you could do this while you're sitting down watching TV. You could work those forearms and those calves, doing the calf raises. So you can always do something. Something's way better than doing nothing. Let's switch hands, everybody. Again, we're going to be squeezing the ball and then releasing. All right. We got a few more here. And squeeze the ball, release it. Squeeze the ball, release it. All right, last 3, everybody. We're gonna go 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay. Putting the ball away. I'll skip the resistance band just in case nobody has that. We'll skip the band. We already did the weights and the ball. Let's do our stretches now, okay? I'm gonna be extending out one leg, pulling the toes back. We're leaning forward, feeling a stretch in the back of that straight leg. Let's go ahead, switch sides, everyone. Again, legs straight, pulling our toes back. I'm gonna turn to this side so you see me. Pulling the toes back, leaning forward. Relax from this one, everyone. Very good. Let's stretch out the shoulders now. I'm going to bring one arm across the body. Pull the elbow in close. Again, arm across, elbow close. All right, let's switch sides. Again, arm across the body, pulling the elbow. Relax from this one, everyone. Now we're going to stretch out the hips. I'm taking one foot, placing it on top of the knee. Then we're going to lean forward from here. Alrighty, everybody. We're switching sides. Foot on top of the knee, leaning can relax, everyone. Last stretch. We made it. We made it. We're grabbing behind the chair, arms are straight, and I'm leaning forward. All right, with this one, I'm gonna think about opening up the chest and pulling the shoulders back. And we can relax, everyone. Thank you all for staying with me for Sit and Tone. I hope you joined along for some of them. Just do what you can. Remember, slow motion's better than no motion, and I'm proud of you. Have a great day.